Hello and welcome back to King Note Gaming. Today we are doing the final build on Lacrimosa, which is the graveyard slash campsite area. And the reason I did this one last was purely because I required my villagers' photos, and Ribot took his sweet time giving me his photo. So, anyway, at this point in the video, this was before I had their photos, so I was just kind of getting the area kind of ready for everything. And I decided to use Turkey Day garden stands to hold the photos behind the gravestones, which I think turned out really nice because it's the same kind of stone, and it turned out really well. I also end up time traveling at the end to the actual time period where I want the island to be on, which is gonna be, the dream address is set on December 3rd, and that's because I wanted it to be the first snow of the year before the snow actually settles on the ground. So I skip into late November for the final shots. It's pretty self-explanatory at the beginning here. I'm mostly just moving trees around. I kind of used this area just to grow a bunch of trees while I was waiting for all of the shenanigans to finish. And of course I have to put in a bunch of holly bushes and kind of like space out where I want all of the gravestones to go, because I need 12. 10 for my villagers and 2 for my player characters. And I'll also make a couple custom designs in this build as well, which are going to be pictures of my player characters. So that's fun. It's a lot of just like moving trees and stuff around at this point. And then I also add fences in, that kind of stuff. And I also got my rock garden done way before getting all the photos, which was kind of surprising to me, but also this island has a lot of huge builds that take up most of the map, so at the same time I'm not that surprised. But it was good to get that over with. As you can see, I even have presents in my pockets while I'm building this, because, you know, I want to make sure I'm getting those photos in time, which I did. I got them in time, thank goodness. I might even include a little montage of the screenshots I took of all the photos, because it was a while. I just did a lot of time travel grinding, just, you know, going forward one day at a time. So it was kind of tedious, but I have all their photos now, and that's great. I don't know if I'm going to do this on my other Dream Address Islands again, because that was a lot. But I think it sold the graveyard, so it's not like completely, it's symbolic, but it's like, oh crap, no, I see that there is this character's grave here. And then I also added in some of the spooky fence as well, just trying to figure out how to do that there without it looking awkward, and I think I ended up doing it alright. I also decided to put a gazebo here to be like the entrance of the graveyard portion, which I think looks really nice. And I will get back to you guys when something actually interesting happens, because most of this is just rearranging where I want everything to go. It's a pretty straightforward build. And finally, we can finish off the build. Thank goodness. Here I'm picking up all the photos. I dropped them there so I just would make sure I could get all of them, because sometimes I have a hard time finding stuff in storage. And now we can finish the main portion of this build, which is just putting all of the photos out where they're supposed to go. And I also arranged them in a way that is meant to kind of hint at the relationships. I also got the final turkey garden stand here. But I wanted to put characters together that, like, got close on this island as I was playing. For example, Rattle and Ribbot were pretty close. And then Eunice and Muffy got close together as well, and Raymond and Bella got very close. So I decided to put their stuff next to each other because I thought it was kind of cute. And I really like how it looks, you know, with the fall grass, the super late fall grass too, so it's like super dead looking, which is perfect for this island. And at this point, I'm just rearranging everything, running around like crazy. But I wanted to include, like, a lot of mushrooms and stuff while they were still out, because when I released the Dream Address, it was the end of mushroom season, but they all stayed, thankfully, because when you drop those items, they don't go away, which is nice. Anyway, we're almost up to the point where I'm making the only custom designs that I've made for this build, which is specifically pictures of Ophelia and her twin brother Edgar, who are the two-player characters on this island. So I'll get into my process for that. And I think they turned out really well. I'm proud of how they ended up working. Just lots of back and forth. And of course I had to put Bella and Raymond next to each other. They were super cute on this island. Like, they were constantly hanging out with each other, and it was really adorable. And I like to plant a whole bunch of money trees on my islands, just because I can. And now we're getting into the custom design portion of the build, where I'm making a little portrait of Ophelia. And I used the symmetry tool a lot on this. It makes it way easier to draw a face, obviously, especially an Animal Crossing face, because they're actually symmetrical. I wanted to draw Ophelia's artificial cow bone on the top there, so you could recognize her in the little portrait. And I think it turned out super cute. I ended up using the same custom design copied just to make Edgar, because he has the exact same face and hair color and everything. It's just a slightly different design. So here I am transferring it into Edgar, because they are twins after all. Obviously Edgar is a reference to Edgar Allan Poe, one of my favorite authors of all time, and a horror author, of course. And then Ophelia is a reference to Shakespeare, which from Hamlet, I believe, which fun fact, I put the sinking painting in Ophelia's house, which is, you know, based on the character Ophelia, so I thought it was pretty fitting. And I'm just kind of rearranging everything here, trying to figure out where I want these to go, and then there I put in the customized frame photos of Edgar and Ophelia, which I think turned out really well. And at this point, I'm going over to fix the very neglected campsite area of this build, and the rock garden as well. There was a lot of stuff to clean up. A lot of random mushrooms everywhere, which I liked. It looked good, but I wanted to make sure it was like clean enough for me to understand what I'm doing over here. I mostly added in some fencing and other things as well. And mostly just added a bunch of hedge fencing on the back just to finish off that area. And I ended up making a little gyroid circle as well, which I think turned out super cute. And yeah, that's about it for the builds. Thank you so much for watching. Next week is going to be the final tour of Lacrimosa and the release of the Dream Address, so I hope you're excited to see that. Also, little plug here, nothing crazy, I actually post my Dream Addresses as soon as I'm finished with them on my Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's @NoteCrossing. You can see like extra posts, little reminders of when my videos come out. I also post like Dream Addresses the second that I post them. So if you don't want to wait for the Dream Address tour to come out here on YouTube, you can check it out early on my Instagram. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Enjoy the glamour shots.